Hey, this is Bruce Cook making another pepper plant update. This time around, what I got going on is I'm just beginning to transplant some of these plants from the 2 gallon containers they're in right now to these 5 gallon containers or buckets I got from Home Depot. So I went today and got these 3 buckets and put some drainage holes in the bottom of them. And then I just ended up buying more of that Organic Plus potting soil from Kellogg. That's what I had in these 2 gallon containers before. I did originally want to go back to using it was container soil from Walmart I bought last year that had my ghost pepper plants and chocolate bootlet plants growing really well. It was called Magic Dirt, but Walmart has not carried it yet, so I just went right along with the same soil that I've been using so far since the beginning of the season. So it was that Kellogg brand. But so far, I just have 3 of these transplanted. Next week, I'll be buying more. Originally, I was only going to transplant one pepper plant from each variety into a 5 gallon bucket, and I was going to leave the rest in 2 gallon buckets because I wasn't sure I was going to have enough room in here. I mean, originally I thought I was going to have a lot more variety of pepper plants, anyways, but that turned out to not be the case this year. I do still have red and orange habaneros growing inside. They should be ready. All of them should be ready to come outdoors within a month's time. But I think at least half of my plants out here I'm going to have in these orange Home Depot buckets. So I also, on top of transplanting them, I went and got red mulch. And so I have that on top for to keep the moisture in a little bit better. And Home Depot did not have the clear plastic reservoirs to put underneath these buckets in the sizes that I really wanted. So I'm gonna wait until they have those back in stock. They had really shallow ones, but that's not gonna do me much good. I mean, the shallow ones were maybe like 2 or 3 inches tall at best, and these plants are gonna be sucking up a heck of a lot more water than that in a short amount of time once they get big enough. So I don't want to waste my time with those little plastic things that they had. So I'm gonna wait till they get some of the deeper ones. But so I got one of my chocolate bootla plants in a bucket. I have one of my Prima Tally plants and one of my Carolina Reapers so far. But this is how big my plants have gotten. Some of them are fresh transplants from 2 to 3 weeks ago, so there are some slightly small ones out here, and the aphids have already tried putting on attack on some of my plants, and I've just been trying hard to combat them with cold pressed neem oil, and it seemed to have slowed them down. I did have my one Carolina Reaper plant that was pulled out of its buckets by these mischievous dogs. And it grew back all its leaves pretty quick. As soon as the rain hit a couple times, the leaves were almost back to the same size as they were before the dog got in here and pulled the plants out of their containers. And the other ones seem to be doing pretty good, other than this one right here is probably the only one that's really struggling to survive between the dog doing that and the aphids picking on it. It's still pretty darn small. It really hasn't grown much since the dog pulled it out of its bucket. But everything else seems to be doing pretty good. But that's what I have going on right now. Maybe here in 2-3 weeks, I'll put up in our update video, show you what else I have going on. Besides those, I have the 7-pot primos over there. I'll be getting hopefully a couple more buckets here soon. I got to get some more soil. I just ran out of soil transplanting that Reaper into that bucket. That's why it's not filled all the way to the top, but it almost made it there. And then, oh yeah, here's another plant. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but I spotted it at Home Depot because I'm on the hunt for some more boot jolokia plants, or commonly known as ghost peppers, because I forgot to get seeds for those this year, and I didn't even think of saving seeds from my plants from last year. So, but they didn't have those. But what I did find, something I have never heard of before, was just a spicy bell pepper plant. So even though it's not at the spice level or something, I'm typically fond of, with these super hots. I was planning on using bell peppers when I make hot sauce anyways. So I thought, why not? It was only like $3.50. So I got this plant, and it was really small when I got it, and that was probably about 3 weeks ago. And it's already grown this big in that 3 weeks time, and it's already got some pretty huge flowers on it. So the flowers just developed this past week after it rained. So that's coming along pretty quick. And then I don't even remember what the heck this one down here was. It's another one that was struggling, and there was no what do you call it? The bucket got destroyed, so I didn't even know what it was. But yeah, and then let's see. Oh yeah, over here on that platform, those are plants that have question marks as labels. They're all gonna be super hots. But that was when my little trays got shuffled around in my propagation unit, and it mixed them all up, and I couldn't figure out which ones were which. But this one right here was that Trinidad Maruga scorpion plant that almost died last year when the frost hit, or the freeze hit, and there was that one yellow pepper hanging from it, and there was maybe 1 or 2 leaves left on that plant. And this is how far along it's come since I kept it alive all winter long in my indoor grow box. And since I put it in this 2-gallon container, it's taken off in size. So, but that's what I got going on. And when I have a whole bunch more transplanted here in about 3 weeks, including some orange and red habaneros, I'll put up in our video. Until then, catch you later.